So many of us live a life of serving others, compassionate towards others, and we go about our day completely flowing out, but we often don't turn that around unto ourselves. And by 18 months, we integrate this warmth and this understanding from our caregivers, our parents. Now, our nervous systems settle when we receive that signal that we are known, we are understood by others. And seeing we make sense to others supports not only our immune system and our nervous system, but our brain. And it also decreases cortisol. And for this experience of warmth and being met with this beautiful curiosity, the source of life, we need to feel resonance. And many do not receive enough resonance, not only early on in their life, but then learn the resonant language that helps us build that warmth and self understanding and the relationships with ourselves and with others to feel whole. And I open with that because I want to share this sense of not being able to feel rooted, not only in your body, but in the world right now. And there is a very good reason, my friend. There is a bright flashlight of light that is shining across our entire cosmos. And it is a light, it is a frequency that is shattering old lies, old systems, and old establishments. And I wanted to share this with you because never in a time where I devour leadership and step into that space have I ever felt also so unassembled, unable to find words for how it feels. And every person in my chair that I see as clients is feeling the same. So I'm going to take this short opportunity to help us all bridge into this in between space. And if you're not feeling held right now, please allow my words to bridge to you and for you to be held by this new or maybe this understanding that will feel right to you when I speak it. Now, if you haven't experienced this phenomenon yet, know that you resonate at a certain frequency. The right people, the right circumstances, events, and experiences, as we all continue to shift, will naturally gravitate towards you. So if you feel like your sense of friendships and social circles are disheveling and you don't have much motivation to go out and be with other people, there's a reason why. Now, the universe operates on multiple different layers of frequencies, and these are all orchestrated for the purpose of our consciousness and self mastery. And when you initiate change within yourself, when you spark that, the external elements will automatically adjust to you. So those who no longer belong in your life will automatically and organically just fade away. And it's really critical that we allow this process to happen. Let go of the need of self assuredness that we're liked, because this is the space that is needed from source that is speaking into our lives to make room for new connections, new contracts that are really aligned with your journey, your interests are evolving right now. And for me personally, I am losing interests that I have been more than passionate about for so long. And it almost makes me feel like I'm depressed or I'm lazy. And I've had to have multiple conversations with my friends that can channel to help me understand that is not the case at all. So allow these changes to be made to create more space for something as I actually thought of this quote today. And it was rejection is redirection, rejection is God's protection, and rejection is giving the reps to hold this immense role for you ahead. So, this is not about rejection, but it is rejecting the darkness. So, allow your old social circle to get small, to fade away, to embrace this transition period. Because during this transition, it's common to feel somewhat adrift, but you will experience these small glimpses of moments that this is it. This will truly excite every cell in your body and re energize you with a new frequency that is being brought into this earth. Heaven into this earth. Heaven is coming upon us. This uncertainty is natural, my friends. I want you to know that. And so, rather, I want you to think about allowing this creativity to really flow in whatever way and shape and form that it needs to for you. Take walks, meditate. Qigong has taken force into my life right now. Let it flow. It's going to sound unusual, but life doesn't rely on thought processes, my friends. And this is the part for me that I'm letting go because I love to think about things. I'm really intrigued by neuroscience. But I'm going to tell you right now what I'm learning is that thinking and overthinking is the lowest frequency that we can sometimes activate. So allow the low frequency of thinking and overthinking, this constant analysis, undefined, and rather this life about knowing and creating because you are the creator. And when you allow the shift, everything that belongs to you will manifest with less effort. And it's really crucial that we release this past. We cannot bring that old timeline into this new timeline. To relinquish the old stories and these outdated identities, they're being asked to be left behind. I'm asking you to leave them behind. I need you on this walk with me in leadership. So we're paving the way for this fresh new chapter to unfold beautifully and powerfully. And indeed, as you shed these limiting beliefs, you will discover an enhanced ability to attain a higher state of consciousness. This state where you go in through the heart. The entire cosmos is experienced through the heart. And that is where we generate this new energy, no longer tethered to the beliefs or concepts or ideologies. Again, they're low frequency elements. And to give you an image, they resemble like this. Ugh, I'm getting the image of Spider Man's web sticking to you, and you're pulling it away and get stuck for a while. But at some point, as you deprogram and de identify, cutting these bonds, your natural state just emerges. And it, by default, connects you to the divine. So you'll start to recognize, my friend, that you are fragments of the divine. And you will gradually enter into this realm of higher self realization and God consciousness through self awareness. So when we talk about deconditioning, brainwashing, you are freeing yourself right now from these constraints, which automatically will bring what you need to you because you are ascending to that higher frequency that only other higher frequencies and life knows how to resonate at. So here's what I'll end with. There is a frequency when I talk about spiritual mind management that how we make sense of things and perceive things run through the energetic body first and then are interpreted through the mind. So as these new understandings come in, allow the nervous system to settle in first when receiving those signals. The subconscious mind cannot reprogram without the safety of the nervous system. And self compassion is what turns that right brain frequency on and allows the left brain frequency logic to speak to. Seeing that our brain and its immunity becomes healthier when we defrag the old conditions and tap into that divine consciousness, then we allow the new understandings to come and to make shape and form. And to now move from that intuitive creative space, when we uncover that all of those frequencies that are coming through run through the right and left brain connection, it is the distance between the left and right brain that affects our connection with source. So just remember that left brain represents space and time, while the right brain represents transcendent and this ability to be psychic. And so allow that right brain from that beautiful intuitive ability and the left brain of understanding that is new to just sit and be with these new understandings and new sensories in the body. As everything crumbles around us, we are rebuilding our entire frequency of DNA, how we think, how we act, but more so how we be. And so if you feel like your perception of communication from higher power is influenced by others' projections, it's actually the light within us that is not seen clearly. So that left hemisphere of our brain receives and converts signal to create our physical reality, but it cannot directly perceive communication from the right hemisphere. And if we don't have the self warmth, the love for ourselves and self compassion, and really truly starting with self and nervous system regulation and supporting ourselves, that is where all light starts. So, in this transition over, unless we have enough light, we cannot bring light to others. So, if you have felt like this break in communication from source and feel disappointed, rest assured, my friend, that communication from source, it is subtle and it is intuitive. And you can turn it on at any point that you desire by just letting go of all things, no mind, no thinking, no space, no time, going into the heart and just being and holding that space, letting go of anything analytical and allowing the right and left brain to reconnect with source. And this is the art and the spiritual science of integration. It's clearing the mind chatter. It's opening up the communication from source and allowing the new synthesization from all of the divine 5 levels of the energetic body align with our divine nature through our heart space that we then can attune to our brain's antenna to connect with source through our thoughts that are new. So may you be rebirthed, may you feel renewed, and may you be encouraged that as above, so below reminds us that we are the universe communicating with source through our mind, through our body, through frequency. And so allow old things to fall, reconnect, allow everything to come back into equilibrium, left and right brain, and connect through the heart. And that is the process that we're all going through right now. So if you feel lost, if you're not totally in love with what you're doing right now, it has a really strong purpose in your life right now, embrace it and tap into the infinite wisdom of source. Because the only place that you're going to find a way out is by going in. If you need any support, reach out. I love you. You are completely supported by divine source. And the road ahead, I can promise you, of what I've seen is so incredibly beautiful. You'll look back on these days and be incredibly moved by what you moved through. All my love, all my light.